the day where you shed your briefcase and swap it for that ridiculous binder or post-it notes all over your fridge to put together some version of your dream wedding. It's Q&A Friday, and I have our Anonymous Bride questions. Today we have the pleasure of picking the brains or flowers of Michelle VandenBosch, who is a floral designer. Hi Michelle, welcome.
Thank you.
So our Anonymous Bride this week says this comes from the groom. Why are flowers so expensive?
In Canada, flowers are very expensive. We have a very short growing season, and in the winter times it's very difficult for greenhouses to keep the heaters going because it's so expensive. Brides nowadays, I think, also have so much information coming to them from the internet. They see pictures of weddings that are $1,000,000 weddings. So certainly having a perspective on what your budget is an important part in planning out your wedding. Also maybe incorporating your decor and your flower budget together, and meeting with your florist early on in the organizing of your wedding would certainly help. A florist is able to walk into a room and see some of the key areas where you're going to be able to get the maximum value for your budget. Places where flowers are really important. Whereas if you're on a budget that's tight, there are other areas that wouldn't be as predominant to get the most bang for your buck.
So how open are you to working with the bride and groom to design the floral arrangements and centerpieces, etc.?
Well, I certainly listen to what the bride and groom are after, and we, after looking at many images, can certainly give them an idea of what it is that we can come up with for their wedding. Used containers or teacups and things that belong to family members, and certainly that is easily to be incorporated into the wedding.
If I want to do it myself, can I just buy flowers in a box from your shop?
You can, but honestly, I would recommend hiring a professional. You have a lot as a bride to be concerned about, and I have 25 years of experience. And so there are lots of flowers that do not like being out of water for even a moment, and there are room temperatures that you should be aware of. There is likely not a cooler in your home, like I would have at my studio. There are things, especially with flowers, or with your caterer, or with your photographer, there are key people in your wedding that you really want to hire a professional. Friday night, the day before your wedding, is not the night you want to have buckets full of dead flowers. There are glitches that happen in our industry. You know, volcanoes can erupt in Iceland, and suddenly the flowers aren't coming from where you thought, and you need to scramble and get others. I know how to make that happen.
So is it possible to incorporate items into the flower bouquets, and what's trending right now?
I have incorporated, beautiful little gems that used to belong to people who are no longer with them, like a grandmother who has passed away. I had a handkerchief that belonged to a mom who wasn't there for her daughter on her wedding day, and was able to incorporate things like that for our brides. It's very meaningful. Something that is really popular are the beautiful brooches that are being combined into a bouquet on their own, just with a multitude of different brooches these days. It is absolutely beautiful, I have to say. There isn't a flower to be seen in these bouquets, but they are incredibly expensive because, the quantity of brooches you would need to compile, a large enough bouquet is a lot. But they are very beautiful and very eye-catching.
Very nice. Thanks, Michelle. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.